Thought Life. A new day is dawning. No longer do we have to settle for less. When we demand more of ourselves and think with an elevated purpose, we'll embrace the positives, reject the negatives, so we can live a much more purpose-driven, meaningful life. Thought Life. Now's the time, let's elevate our minds. Make wise decisions that are right. 'Cause responsible thinking will lead us from darkness and into the light. Haunting thoughts of doubt and pain and despair, it weighed me down. But resilience stirred up, and then my strength it came around. With every new step we're taking, fear just fades away. The path to redemption takes me to a higher place. Now's the time, let's elevate our minds. Make wise decisions that are right. 'Cause responsible thinking will lead us from darkness and into the light. Like a phoenix rising up from the ashes. Take control of our lives, we're taking action. Let us taste the victory of sweet embrace. A reminder of the strength and unbreakable grace. We're no longer bound by chains. Only the strength we need remains. Yeah. Now's the time, let's elevate our minds. Make wise decisions that are right. Yeah. 'Cause responsible thinking will lead us from darkness and into the light. Hey, 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 oh yeah. In the annals of time, Thought Life stories shall be told. Lives will change for the better and future generations. By taking full responsibility for our thoughts and boldly drive us forward to greatness and an elevated sense of purpose and a higher level of maximizing our potential. Thought Life, Victory's Anthem. Yay, yay, yay. Welcome, y'all, to another episode. Welcome to Rainier Avenue Radio. My name is Bradley Fishookz Caldwell, and this is the second airing of the Thought Life Radio Show. And I'd like to welcome everybody who's showing up. I'm really extremely excited to be sharing this groundbreaking Thought Life self-accountability, self-awareness program that allows us to maximize our potential, man. And what makes us who we are is our thinking, man. And I thank God for God giving me this opportunity, because I recognize that I'm sure everybody really wants to be the best version of themselves one day at a time. And I'd like to also thank Rainier Avenue Radio for giving me this platform and allowing me to share this with the world. I've just recognized, you know what I mean, in my own life, because for me, I was extremely problematic thinker. I allowed life to do me in so many different ways. And to actually, what I found out about myself was that I was a collective of every painful episode that ever happened in my life. From my childhood on, and I learned how to collect painful memories and to also adopt dysfunctional ways of looking at life, which impacted my thought life extremely. I didn't trust people, and then I turned to drugs and alcohol. You know what I mean, for a solution to all my problems, and that's when even more of a deeper downward spiral in my mental condition turned into a real self-destructive, self-inflicted pain. And I went through that journey for 40 years of my life. And at the end of that journey, my addiction told me today would be a great day for me to blow my brains out. I'm also a suicide survivor, which makes me qualified to let you know I've been I've been to the point of no return in my life. So the reason being is that if I didn't change the way I thought, I would probably be dead right now. Um, and what I recognize is that today, I recognize that there's a better way to live, a better way to think. I don't have to be my own worst enemy. I don't have to actually live life and allow life to do me. Because for me, I had to recognize that the undisciplined nature of my life is that everything's way more important than managing and being a good steward of my thinking. Um, from the music I listen to the movies I watch on TV to social media, always taking toxic field trips on social media, taking that in on a daily basis. And while I'm doing all these things, guess what? I'm not working on me. And what I discovered is that when I keep the focus on me, I can make the adjustments that I need to make to be a better person. And what I do, what I've discovered is that I don't ever have to be a victim of my thinking ever again. Because what I've been able to do one day at a time is to see the power in my intentions, the power of intentional thinking. And what I've discovered too is what I value most becomes my driving force behind who I am, what I am, how I show up in life. And so what I realized today is that when I demand more of myself, and this takes discipline, people. It takes discipline. Because I know that I'm worth it, I take the time I need to take to daily start my day in a different way ever possible. Because I recognize through experience when I wake up with no intentions, I just kind of let the day dictate who I'm going to be and how I show up and how I don't show up. What I've discovered is that I don't have any natural defenses against life's ups and downs. You know, one day a good day, next day the bad day. You know what I mean? And I do the things over and over and over again. And I recognize that I'm actually surviving. I'm not living. I'm missing the biggest and the most important part of my life is to train my thinking, to discipline my thoughts. Because for me, what's extremely important to recognize is that my mind has been a dumping ground for every single thing in the world, of the world, and all around. I just hang on and see if I can survive. That's been my story. The true facts are this: my thoughts have the power to elevate me or to suffocate me. When I operate from a disciplined, higher level of thinking and accountability, I can become a force for good and inspiration to others. To rise alongside you. But without it, I remain stuck in a world full of underachieving average people, suffering. I'm not knocking people. I'm just saying that as long as there's a better way, why not experience it? Why not make that investment in myself so that I can be a better version of myself? I asked a group of people a long time ago. They were fathers and mothers of kids. And I asked them, do you want your kids to grow up to be just like you? Amazingly, 8 out of the 10 people that I asked that, I don't want them to grow up like me. I want them to be better than me. And that to me set a tone. It told me something that they knew. They knew they weren't the best version of themselves, and they didn't want that for their kids. So why would they settle that for that? Why would they settle for that for themselves? Why wouldn't they embark on making the necessary changes to address those issues so that they can be the leaders and the role models in their family's life that they need to be? Because guess what? It's never too late.
I don't care how old you are. I'm 62 years old. And I made the change from when I got sober at 50 years old. That's when real life started showing up. That's when I had to take responsibility for my life. If I was to survive in life, I have to evolve. Because for me, that childish mindset that I grew up with, it doesn't work for a grown adult. It just doesn't. Um, I have unrealistic expectations of what life is supposed to look like, and if it don't look like that, I'm having a tissy fit, I'm going through a mental emergency because people aren't loving me the way I think they're supposed to love me, and the world's not embracing me and blessing me. God's not blessing me. You know, I'm in a big hodgepodge of confusion, disappointment, and unrealistic expectations. It's a great setup to be a hugely resentful, unhappy, depressed individual. And since I've been that before, I had to look at the patterns and how can I change those patterns of thinking? How can I remove those expectations and turn everything I learned through failure that I set myself up for disappointment whenever I put expectations on people and I put expectations on the world. That's an open invitation to be a resentful person because it never shows up just the way I want it to. And people don't act exactly the way that I want them to. What does that do to me? Well, it teaches me that the world does not gravitate towards my comfort. It challenges me. And how can I not be a victim of the world and the people in it anymore? Because before doing Thought Life, I was a open I was open to be hurt by everybody and everything because I didn't set any boundaries. I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't have any intentions. I didn't have any of those things. So sometimes we need to take a fresh look. I bring this program to you guys as a way out, a better way to think, and a new opportunity to be the best version of yourself. I can tell you this, most people, they're comfortable in settling for average. I'm good. I don't need that. How do you know you don't need that? See, the one thing that when we gauge our own selves, we really don't set the bar very high. Well, my bills are paid on time. You know, I take care of my kids. I got food to eat. You know, the bills are paid. You know, that's not the issue. The issue is that is there room for improvement in your thought life? Do you get depressions? Do you have bouts of depression? Do you have anxiety? Are you wishing you were somewhere else, wishing you were somebody else while you're looking through social media, wishing you were somebody else? Have you ever experienced that? You ever thought that, man, I should be further along in life than where I'm at? I thought that. I can be honest with myself. And a huge thing about addressing a problem is being able to see the problem and admit the problem to yourself. Some people will go their whole lives living a half-measured life, just surviving in between paychecks. That's the truth of the matter. And when we settle for that, what we're doing is that we're Xing out any opportunity to be better than who we are today. So I know through my own experience that I want to elevate. I want to be successful. I don't ever want to be the old me that I ever was again. So how do I change who I am today into something better? What I've discovered is that I need to start from the basics. What I say to myself about myself, how I start my day, is extremely important. What do I say to myself about myself? Those things are going to reflect in how I show up in life and how I don't show up in life. And each day is a brand new opportunity for a person. That's all life is. Life is just a huge opportunity. If you're still breathing, life is an opportunity. Either you seize the moment or you don't seize the moment, or you settle for whatever you got going on. See, the one thing about a mind is that mind and human beings is that we get comfortable in just enough to get by. I'm good. Rejecting any new opportunity to take responsibility, because most people, it's been my experience, they don't want any more responsibility. They want the least responsibility possible and the maximum outcome of life. That was me. Yeah. I want all the blessings, but I don't want to do what it takes to get those blessings, to elevate to a better, more responsible place in my life. And I recognize, the one thing that I recognize is that successful people have discipline. Discipline I don't possess. So how am I gonna go from where I'm at to a disciplined person? You make it your intention. You demand it of yourself. You start by saying, you know what? I am not at the best version of myself. I'd like to see who I am on the other side of that, of my lack of focus, because there's a lot of things that we have going against us in the world. What we've been through, childhood trauma, you know what I'm saying? Drug addiction, alcohol addiction, puffing weed every day. You know what I mean? Our minds are going on this constant field trip. I work hard so I can party hard. There's those people. And then there's just people who are ineffective in life, period. Because they learned how to be ineffective through ineffective people. If I surround myself with people who are not driven to be better, I'm going to be a settler. Just take what life gives you, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I can't swear on this thing, but I'm going to let you know, man. That's, oh my God. Please. There is more people around you on a daily basis who just settle for what they want. And to be around people who are driven to be better, good luck. Good luck finding those circle of people. But guess what? They're out there. And and what I realized too in my own life is that when I keep telling myself that I'm good where I'm at, I X myself out from even embarking on a situation where I can be better. My mindset. Sometimes our mindsets are not set to elevate. They're set to relax. I'm too programmed to be comfortable. My biggest problem in life was that I wanted to be comfortable more than I wanted to be a better person. So I'm always confronted with those questions. And when I recognize that I had to get sick of me, sick of the old me, because I want a new me. How do I do that? Thought Life is an open invitation for you to embark on it. I have a systematic way that you can do that, from morning routines, morning rituals, morning affirmations. All these things play a huge part. If you're not willing to do it, it's not going to work for you. That's the one thing about this program. If you're not committed to it, it's not going to work for you. This program is for people who want to demand more from themselves. One thing I've learned is that if you don't reach for for the sweeter fruit that's hanging on the tree, you get used to grabbing that low-hanging fruit. Well, this rotten apple just fell. I'll just eat that. I don't want I don't want to climb the tree and get the best of the best. I don't want to make the investment in myself. I don't want to see if I start it, then I'll have to keep doing it. Yeah. Oh, wow. What a bad investment, right? There is no more powerful investment than you can make in your life than your mind, because your mind is who you are and who you ever hope to be. So until you get discipline of your mind, you can be either a victim of your thinking or you can drown in wishful thinking. Sit around drinking with a bunch of guys talking about a bunch of stuff that's never going to happen. You know what I mean? Those rituals that we do, work hard all week to get loaded on the weekend with a bunch of people who aren't going anywhere. You know what I mean? We just talk a bunch of good stuff about plans that we never follow through with. Yeah, been there, done that. Extremely ineffective. But the one thing is that when we take time to be honest with ourselves and look at ourselves and ask ourselves the tough questions, man. Because just like I mentioned before, 8 out of 10 people did not want their kids to grow up to be like them. They want them to grow up to be better than them. There's something wrong with that. When you tell yourself that you don't want your child to grow up to be like you, you're telling yourself, and you're being honest, that you're not good enough, that you're not a role model, that you do not want your child to grow up like you. That is screaming extremely loud that changes need to happen in your life. Because what I've discovered is the world's never going to change. It's only going to get more complex, and more things are going to happen, and you're going to get left behind if you don't start. I'm just telling you, man, I'm not going to get left behind. I don't care who the president is. It's about who the president of my thoughts is. It's me. That's who. I'm in control. Why am I in control? Because I demand more of myself. I don't just take everything in. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. Very ineffective. I go on this toxic field trip in my mind, and I wish I was somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever want to do that again. I want to actually live with intention. And Thought Life is an open invitation for anybody else taking toxic field trips and feel less than. Watching people on Instagram and Facebook wishing you were them. Oh man, I should be further along. I should be further along in life. No, you're right where the hell you thought yourself should be. You thought yourself into where you're at. Okay? Newsflash. You know what I'm saying? Until you demand something better, nothing better is going to happen. So look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I doing the best I can? Because I don't know about you. I got tired of not doing the best I can, and I'm left with the results. Sometimes, man, I'm just telling you, man, this Thought Life program is to challenge you in a way that you've never been challenged before. And I'm going to have a collective group of people that we're going to meet up in a public place, and I'm going to share this literature that I have with you. There's opportunity for you to take homework home and work on you and start your day in an elevated way. One thing I can tell everybody on this planet is if you wake up, recognize one thing, man. Somebody didn't wake up this morning with the opportunities that you're blessed to have. Some people didn't wake up in a warm bed. Somebody didn't wake up with food in their stomach. Some people didn't wake up with a pillow. Some people woke up outdoors. What a great opportunity for you to be grateful. What makes you great? What makes you wake up in the morning like you're entitled? You know what I mean? The blessings that you got have been given to you. You know what I mean? Just like they've been given to you, they can be taken away. Because what I've discovered is that there's a higher authority in this world, man, that's running all this stuff, man. And if there's a higher power, gotta be a lower power, right? That's what I've discovered. Because I used to pray that lower power. It kicked my ass up and down and said, "Hey, you want some more?" And I woke up and I actually took that invitation, thinking something new was going to happen. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. Until I do something different, until I think something different, I'm going to keep getting the same me. The same me is going to show up. Lackluster, you know what I mean? Got to drag your ass out of bed. And, man, come on, man. Don't let life do you. You do life. The opportunity for you to do life is right here in Thought Life. You stop being a victim of life, a collective of all the bad things that happen to you. Life can start over when you tell yourself that life starts over. Who told you life can't start over? Everything that you tell yourself is going to manifest in your thinking. I'm not good enough. Oh, I got a pimple on my nose. I better not go to work today. Hey, check this out, man. You can be a victim of your own thinking all your life, man, and never address this stuff and think that it's normal. We've all been given, we've been force-fed a bunch of misinformation about what's possible and what isn't possible. I'm here to tell you right now, because I'm a living testimony. I was the most problematic person on the planet that I knew. You know what I'm saying? But what I had to do was I had to draw the line in the sand. So what I'm saying is that if you want to get involved in the Thought Life program, what you can do is you can email me at thoughtlife206@gmail.com. I'll return your emails as soon as possible within 24 hours. If you have questions, I do one-on-one consultations for relationships, people. If you got problem kids, I talk to them too. There's a program for every person in the family. I don't care. Grandma, you can change too. You know what I mean? Your grandma been grumpy and angry at you all her life. I can get to the bottom of the source of that too, because everything that we have, every difficulty that we have in life, there's an underlying issue. I'm here to give you an open invitation to have a new opportunity and a new shot at life, to have life start over. So, enough being said, I just want to thank you all for showing up. I want to do this one thing for you and let you know that this invitation is open. Hit me up at thoughtlife.com, thoughtlife206.com, and continue to show up. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to thank Rainier Avenue Radio for this opportunity to make this groundbreaking opportunity for everybody. So thank y'all for letting me share. Tune in next week. Oh, the first and third, and we're going to work it out. God bless y'all. Be the best you can be.